Tonight on The Story.
I'm losing hope. I'm scared to death right now because I don't know where he is.
The mental health crisis.
You know, I'm just scared that he's going to do something
From a new perspective.
dangerous, and he might not only hurt himself, but somebody else.
Investigative reporter Evan Watson's Uncommitted series has explored the high bar necessary to treat people against their will for mental illness.
I just think we went too far in the wrong direction.
But tonight, a first-hand account of the decades-long struggle for one mom whose son has gone through the civil commitment process 4 times.
I don't want to criminalize his mental illness.
For her, it's one step forward followed by several steps back.
And they released him to the streets of Portland in hospital socks.
Unable to get the long-term care her son desperately needs.
It's a horrible, vicious cycle.
Here's the story.
This was a good one. I took him fishing with his dad.
Photos capture a moment,
Okay. I take more pictures of him when he's well.
a memory
He's not well in this picture.
of a different time.
He's not doing so well in this photo, but he's not terrible.
For many, scrolling through photo albums is
Yeah.
a way to remember the past. For Janet Meister, it's all she has in the present.
If he didn't have the illness, I believe this is who he is. But the illness has definitely changed him. It's awful.
This is Janet's son, Brett. He's lived his adult life with serious mental illness.
They've landed on schizoaffective disorder, which is a great combination of bipolar and schizophrenia.
He's 41 now?
Yeah, he'll be 42. If he lives long enough, in August.
At the core of Brett's story is a lifetime of experiences with forced treatment. Brett has been civilly committed 4 times. Evaluators and a judge found his mental illness to be a serious threat to himself or others and sent him to the Oregon State Hospital for involuntary care.
This one was while he was in the state hospital on one of
Janet took
our,
many of these photos on outings
that we got
during
to
his
go.
stays in Salem. We've reported in the past how Oregon has a very high standard for forced mental health treatment. Many people who say no to treatment are released from hospitals and end up homeless with debilitating mental illnesses. They're unable to seek care on their own, but can't be forced into it. Brett's story offers a different view of our state's struggles to help patients with severe mental illness. He's been forced into treatment through the civil commitment process, but is unable to get the long-term care that he needs.
The civil commitment hold is only good for 6 months, and during that time he is required to take medication. But as soon as that 6 months is up, the pills go down the drain or in the trash or whatever. And so then the clock starts ticking. And it takes a little while for the drugs to leave his system, and then he gets sick again. So it's a horrible, vicious cycle that we haven't found the magic cure to break.
Brett would be released, then his condition would deteriorate.
You know, we have our good months and then we have our bad years. And that's kind of how it's been. And as a parent, you just never really want to give up and you don't want to lose hope, but I'm losing hope. I'm scared to death right now because I don't know where he is.
Part of the problem for people like Brett, there's often nowhere to go for treatment. The Oregon State Hospital is accepting fewer and fewer civil commitment patients each year, prioritizing people who are facing criminal charges. As a result, Oregon's 4 largest health systems, Providence, Legacy, Peace Health, and St. Charles, are suing the state health authority. The hospitals say they're being forced to keep patients with serious mental illness for months in rooms that aren't built for long-term care. After decades of experience with her son, Janet Meister believes forced treatment for people like Brett should be required, not optional.
Brett should never be off medication. He's not safe in the community. The community is not safe with him in the community.
She knows what a difference that can make. Listen to these 2 voicemails Brett left for his mother.
Yeah.
The first is from when he was off his meds.
You're the dumbest piece of that ever walked the planet, and making kids in this and bringing somebody into hell, because you are the dumbest piece of that ever walked the planet, and I'm going to torture you so bad before I kill you. Mark my words.
Okay, so he's not well.
6 weeks later,
6
while
weeks
on new
later.
medication, he sent this.
I was calling because I'm excited to tell you the good news. I think we found actually I'm pretty sure, I know we found the right medication mixture to deal with my chemical imbalance. I think it's wonderful news and outstanding, and I'm thrilled. Anyway, love you. Have a good night. Bye.
So quite the difference, huh? I like him better, the second one.
Do you view this as you're his mother, no one loves him like you do, and from your perspective, forced care and treatment is the most empathetic route for him now?
Absolutely. What's happening to him now is inhumane. It's just inhumane.
Janet and Brett's father are still deeply involved in trying to help their son, but family members can't force civil commitment.
I completely understand the families that have to walk away because it takes over your life.
The cycle continues. The photos, as important as ever.
You know, he gets better, but he doesn't get better like he did 3 betters ago. Yeah. It's very hard to get him the help he needs. We have a crisis.
Evan joins me now. Okay, what's the latest with Brett?
Since I talked with Janet, Brett's mom, in this interview, she was able to find Brett. He had been admitted to Unity for behavioral health evaluation. In this case, he didn't meet the state standard for forced treatment, so the family believes he was released and he's now back living in the van on the street, still suffering from severe mental illness.
And why can't the state hold him longer?
The state standard is 180 days, 6 months, and that's state law. So that would need to change if we're going to have any changes to that here.
Yeah, all right, well, we do need to change that law. And then finally, what's the latest on the court cases?
The court cases we have, the judge recently denied the motion from the hospital healthcare systems when it comes to that. They've tried other ways around that to force the Oregon State Hospital and Oregon Health Authority to keep people longer. But so far they've been unsuccessful. We'll see if that changes or they'll try a new route down the line. And I do want to add as well, from the state level, the Oregon Judicial Department has a work group that they've worked on starting last fall to try to come up with some changes, some legal changes to this, and they're going to produce a report in the spring coming up in April to lawmakers. This latest session, the kind of proposed bills to change legal standards didn't get out of committee, and representatives told me that instead lawmakers chose to invest in the current system, which they said was underfunded for many years now, rather than focus on legal changes or big changes like that.
Okay.
So, preference at the moment.
We'll be watching then. Thanks a lot, Evan Watson. Appreciate it. Well, we'd love to hear your thoughts on Evan's story. Maybe you know of a similar situation in your life that you'd like to share. You could email us. The address is thestory@kgw.com, or call and leave a voicemail. The number is 503-226-5090.